Okay. I think we're recording. Yep, we're recording.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. So, Mom, there's another Kelly on here, and then also my friend Amber and Alicia as well.
Okay.
And
hello, everybody.
All right. Disclaimer. Healy is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has non-medical applications that use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body and relieve stress. Always use your Healy in accordance with its instructions for use. While scientific research underlies Healy technology, its connection to health and wellness has not been extensively explored or demonstrated. The Healy is not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent disease, but rather to support energetic balance and enhance recovery, vitality, and well-being. In Europe, Healy is a grade 2 medical device approved for the treatment of pain and chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, and migraines, as well as for the supportive treatment of mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. All other applications of Healy are not recognized by conventional medicine due to lack of evidence in the sense, of conventional medicine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. A lot of words. A lot of words, but all right. So Trace is going to actually kind of go over what is Healy, besides this really cool device that matches my outfit.
Why are we here, right? Okay, well, we're here to talk about Healy, and the big thing is that everyone asks is, what is Healy? So it's an amazing device, but I'm just going to read a little bit about what it does, and it's kind of a big overview, and it's a sliver of what it actually is, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what we're about to get into. So Healy is a holistic wellness device used to balance and support your body's bioenergetic field. It has a quantum sensor that detects and analyzes imbalance in our physical, mental, and emotional and energetic fields, then recommends programs and frequencies to bring them back into balance. So it does this by sending frequencies via microcurrent into your body at the cellular level to balance wellness. That's pretty amazing, and that's what we're here to talk about. So,
does anyone who works with Healy on the regular have anything to add to that? Okay. All right. Well, we shall begin then. I'm just going to kind of ask some questions, and Mom, we'll have you go first, and then
Okay.
And then everyone can kind of pop in as you want to, as you've seen it relate to your parents as well. All right. So, Mom, when Trace and I first told you about this Healy device,
Jesus.
what did you think? Like, what did you think when we were talking about it?
Well, I had done some reading on material matter and frequencies, and I knew that frequencies was the base of everything. So my mind was open as you presented it to me. So I was very eager to hear.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How about the rest of the folks? What did your parents think when you're like, hey, I've got this device? You can unmute yourself when you're ready to talk.
Well, I personally, I tried to explain, but I wasn't real sure how to explain. But surprisingly, they were pretty willing. They were like, oh, well, that makes sense. Let's give it a try. And they did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I think Alicia was trying to have you help get her data in there. She's in the comments. So my dad, he has been using all of the devices for as long as I can remember. Like, he's always getting into some kind of thing. And I remember as a kid being like, oh my God, what is my dad getting into now? And what is this thing? What is this device? What is this whatever? And, you know, now that I'm adult and I've started, you know, getting into these things myself, it's just really interesting. So, of course, when I mentioned it to him, he was all in, especially because it was coming from me now, you know, instead of from him. And he was super excited to give it a try. He was more nervous, I think, though, about the technology and how it's connected to the phone. That was his biggest concern. Like, am I going to be able to make this thing work? And we definitely worked through some of that. But his initial response was, yes, anything. I'll take anything.
That's awesome. Yeah, we actually, my mom and I, and well, I should say Trace. Trace really helped because my mom was, and you had to do it with your dad long distance, right? Explain how to make the Healy work with the phone. And that was a bit of a challenge, huh, Mom? But you made it.
It was.
Yeah. All right. Now, Mom, I think you started healing about mid-May. Is that right?
Yes, May 10th.
Okay. How about everyone else? Do y'all remember when your parents started healing?
I think mine, it was like a week later. He got his long before I got mine.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah,
but it
definitely.
sat there for a little while, and then once we finally got him up and running, we, you know, I had him on a video call with somebody else's phone, and then walking him through getting it all set up, and yeah, so it's been quite a few months now that he's been using it.
And I think my parents have had it for about 2 months now. I think it was in July that I actually went and showed it to them in person. So we didn't try the long distance thing. So I think it was
Okay. Yeah, that was probably the best route, Amber. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kelly's trying to get everyone else on here. So let's see. All right, Marie, which programs did you start with?
Well, Kelly suggested I start with the gold. So I did a lot of those programs. Let's see, relax and balance. I used a lot of that. And then I used for muscles and fitness, stamina, and regeneration in fitness. And I've also done sleep, which I don't need help getting to sleep, but I thought I'd do it anyhow. So that's in job and sleep. And then I was diagnosed with COPD years and years ago. And so I do the lungs, and I'm borderline diabetic. And I was doing the pancreas because that secretes insulin. So I've been doing that. So quite a few programs that I'm doing. Joints and bones. Yeah. Because I had 2 surgeries on my hips, one on each hip. So, and I really feel like they've helped.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, and you're running a lot of programs. I think you're running more programs than I am, or more, at least more versatile. What was, if you remember, what was the very first thing that you noticed Healy had an effect on?
Well, I would say balance. It just made me calm, and a general feeling of well-being.
Yeah.
And I'll take that any day.
Yeah, that's funny. When Kelly and I first were asking Marie for feedback, she said, I just feel great. And we were like, what does that mean? What does that mean? She just feels great. And she couldn't really describe it. And we didn't really understand that until we got ours. And, you know, it's like a day or two in, and we're like,
Totally.
we just feel great.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we get it now.
Yeah.
So you get it now. Good.
Yep. So what about y'all's parents? What did you find that they liked to start with, or what did you recommend?
So I can kind of add on to that feels great sort of conversation, because so I don't remember what programs he started with. We did a scan, and, you know, wrote down all the things from each each category, all the different programs. And so he had a list of stuff, and he worked through that over the next like couple of weeks. And of course, gold was in there at the top. So it was one of the gold programs to kind of get him prepped and ready for it. But he'd been using a frequency device that is a bit different. So I think he was a little more just sort of ready for it and used to it. So he kind of dived into some more of the specific stuff. But he, for the last 4 years, has been through a lot of different things. He had an open heart surgery due to a valve that wasn't closing all the way. So he had to get that, like it was a genetic defect that was starting to cause problems, passing out and that kind of thing. So anyway, he had open heart surgery. And then they took him off blood thinners too soon. And so he had multiple little strokes.
Oh my God.
And then he fell, and he had an accident, and he, you know, hurt his leg. And then he went through prostate cancer, all within 4 years. And I was there the entire time to help him through all of that. And beyond that, I mean, he's 75 now, and he's extremely healthy. You know, he's been doing all the things, all the super greens and devices and charcoal baths and all the things, all the years, right? But after all of these things, he was really, and then in January, he had a knee replacement.
Wow.
So that was right before Healy. So he had a full knee replacement, and that took the most out of him. And what he told me was, he was like, I just don't feel like myself anymore. I just don't feel good. You know, I maybe a little stress, a little bit of anxiety stuff coming up more often than not. And he was really struggling with that because he couldn't figure out, like, I just don't know what to do because I'm just don't feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything specific. So the Healy, this was the thing he kept saying too, after just like a week even. He was like, I just feel great. I just feel so good, you know, and he had more energy, and he was just more grounded and more centered and less stressed and able to spend time really focusing on the rest of his recovery from the knee surgery and stuff. So that's the main bit of story I wanted to share from him, is that, you know, it's truly this feeling that you can't even explain. And there's a lot of other things happening there that he probably hasn't like put 2 and 2 together. I know he's got some neuropathy in his feet. So, and I think that may be easing a little bit, and he's starting to sort of put things together and be like, oh, that's not happening anymore. Or that's, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I love
incredible.
that. Amber, which programs did your parents start with?
Well, let's see. I think we started with the gold cycle, the balance. And actually, I think my dad, the very first one he did was pain, because he had an elbow or something that was hurting. And the pain is a fun one, the first one, because it seems to work pretty quickly. You can feel that, you know, that relief pretty quick. So that's what happened. And he's like, I feel a difference. I feel it. Something's happening. Like, it was exciting because they just get used to putting up with the pain or putting up with aches and pains. So then when we put it on and it worked, he was just excited. So that's what we did first. And then we did the gold ones, and they kind of had the same, you know, they just feel good. My mom, she works on a computer all day. She works very long hours sometimes on the computer, and her eyes will get exhausted to the point where she can't even see the computer when she wakes up sometimes the next day. And usually she'll have to take a day or 2 off.
Wow.
And she's the eye one, and she was so excited because it really helped. She said, I don't have to take a whole day off. I can get back into it. Yes, she was very excited about that. So
That's amazing.
yeah, and it just, they use it every single day. Every day.
I love
She
it.
said, yeah, Mom said, undeniable results. So
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. When they began, was there anything that they, and we've kind of touched on it, but maybe there's something they're still kind of hoping for, or something that they noticed that they wanted to see with the Healy? Or Mom?
Me?
What did you hope to see a change in? Or were you just kind of like, I don't know, we'll just see?
No, I wanted to see that there is a difference in my blood sugar. And of course, you have to watch what you eat. And
True.
I was able to make it consistent. And I think that Healy had a lot to do with it. My A1C, my blood sugar was under 7. It was like 6.6, and that's good. That's an excellent reading. So that I was hoping for, and that helped. And also the lung program because of COPD, which I mentioned already. Yeah.
Let's see. So, and everybody's kind of touched on what they hope for, what they noticed. Any unexpected changes?
I have, the other thing besides the pain for my dad, he's always had insomnia. Like that has been since forever. And even that first night, he did a sleep program that we were there, and he slept through the night, which was huge. It was,
Wow.
the next morning, and he was like, I slept. So it was fantastic. It was just so awesome that something would actually work, that he had for so long.
And sleep is such a huge thing. The body does so much repair during that time.
We all need sleep. Very
Yeah. Yeah. Kelly, did your dad notice? No, go ahead.
No, well, there was something that was unexpected for sure, that he gets really stressed about learning new things, especially, in the technology and all of that. And he's a fisherman. And so when just after he got his Healy, he was out on his boat, and he had got a new fish finder that was a very high-tech situation as well, that connects to, satellites and things.
Wow.
And normally he'd have the instructions, or he'd be dealing with it, and he'd just get really, really angry because he feels like he doesn't understand it, couldn't learn it, couldn't grasp the information. So when he was going out and he told me, I'm going to go do this, get this thing set up, I said, make sure you take your Healy and put the learning program on, one of the learning programs. And so he ran one of the learning programs, and he was like, wow, I got that thing set up, had a couple little problems here and there, but it was no big deal. Whereas normally those little problems would have put him over the edge, and he would have given up or just gotten really angry and frustrated. And he was able to just breeze through this setup and get it going. And he was really excited about that. Really excited. Oh, I hear somebody's joining.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm so sorry. That's Dad, and we can hear him now.
Yay,
We just need to get him to click on the little video camera icon, Dad, because we can hear you now.
Hi, Raymond. Welcome.
There
Hi.
You finally got me, huh?
Hey, there you are. Yay.
Well, let me say this. I was listening to you all the whole time. I was both seeing you and hearing you, but I was not connecting. And I just kept playing with it until I found the right connection. after 3 or 4 times and I guess turn the camera on or whatever the case is.
Good.
Great.
So
Welcome. You
you
made it.
see me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, made it finally.
Yay!
Way to be persistent. Good
Yeah,
job.
Okay.
So
you,
All right.
what we're here doing really, and as I share with you, Dad, is talking about how we deal with our parents. So Trace and Kelly's mom, Marie, is on here, and she's talked about her experience. And so I started using it on you, and I don't even remember exactly when that was. Do you remember when you guys moved back to Ohio?
That was the last 2 weeks of May. So
Okay,
I'm
so the
I'm
very
assuming,
beginning of June then.
right, it was at least the beginning of June, might have been a week before.
Okay. And so the first thing we started addressing was, because you have arthritis, like the joints and pains. So talk about what your experience was with that, and then when we decided to start the nerve treatments.
Okay, well, I've heard everybody else's testimony, so let me just give mine. Yeah, I've been suffering from rheumatoid arthritis for 7 years, and I'm on some of the most potent medications that you can use for it, and it's been reasonably successful so far over these last several years. But my major concern is the long-term effects of it. But let me get down to what I've been experiencing. Generally with rheumatoid arthritis, it'll move around the whole body, shoulders, neck, knees, feet, hands, and it responds in different kind of ways. So I pretty much reached a level where there's a certain level of pain that you tolerate. And then Alicia came along with the Healy system, and we decided to try it to see how successful it would be. Now, I have a pretty high pain tolerance level, but as we began to use the Healy, the various aches that I had been experiencing, the shoulders, the legs, the hands, especially, all of that has pretty much subsided or has been significantly reduced as a result of using the various treatments. Whatever she's hooking me up and whatever program she's running on me, they were working. The only thing we haven't quite conquered yet is down in the extremities, in the toes and the feet, and that could be some neuropathy, because I am diabetic also, and usually that's associated with. But I can tell the difference from the joint pain from the nerve pain. So we're working on that, but it has been a great program, and it's been really successful thus far. Matter of fact, I'm waiting on her to get back here so she can hook me up again, because when we were just recently, 2 weeks ago, we were up in North Dakota together, and we happened to have a hotel room, and it was on the second floor. So we're walking up and down the stairs, and I was noticing the difference. And one of the nights, she hooked me up, and she ran a couple different programs on me. I think I nodded on off and went to sleep. But I noticed a significant difference the next day when I was walking up and down the stairs with the typical pain that's associated with it. So I know it's working, and I'm hoping that the long-term effect is going to be that it's going to at least knock it all out. I'm not dropping off my medication. I just recently had a video call like this with my doctor a few days ago, and I told him that I was trying it, and he said, okay, well, keep trying it, but I'm staying with my medications also. So that's it. And if you have any additional questions to ask me, please do so.
That sounds awesome, Raymond. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh my gosh. And yes, I hope your continued success with that and that you're able to at least reduce the dosage in your medicine. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing and for being here with us.
Well,
If anyone's
okay.
interested to know, we
Alrighty.
ran,
I'm just going to listen in.
Okay. I was just going to share the programs that we used. So he went on this road trip. So those of you who know me, where we're connected on Facebook, I'm actually in the middle of my second road trip to North Dakota in 2 weeks. I surprised my daughter for her 18th birthday. So, but Dad rode with me, and I'll tell you what, he is the best co-pilot you ever want to have. But I also was really mindful. So we were doing release programs and stamina programs and fitness programs, like for muscle rejuvenation, just from having been in the car so much. And then I did that during the first leg of our trip. And then the second leg, we went back to his normal, that's why he's saying he noticed the difference. We went back to the normal cycle of things we're running to help with his arthritis, which is joints and bones, flexibility, and some pain programs, systemic. So yeah, but it's been amazing for me because, you know, there are parents and we want them to what I want is for him to be able to have a great quality of life.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that kind of touched me most about this. And Mom, I'll let you pipe in when you get a chance, because we recently had a kind of update to our first discussion where she had told me, and I'll let you tell it, Mom, but when some of the unexpected things that you saw from your hand, and then just the motivation that it provided to you, if you wanted to elaborate a little more. And it's
Okay.
quality of life, Alicia. You're right.
Yeah. And unexpected changes. I still have it, but it's not bad. Tremors in my right arm and hand. And I was eating breakfast one day and the scrambled eggs stayed on the fork. I said, hey, my hand's not trembling anymore. But I notice when I get tired, then it does tremor. But that was unexpected. And overall stamina and exercises, I'd been sitting on the chair program after program, and I was turning into quite a lump. So I did a lot of stamina, and the other one that's in there was stamina. And by doing that, my sister has a small pool in her backyard, and she was doing exercises for herself. And I knew about it, but I didn't think anything of it. And then finally I decided, well, I'll give that a try. So she welcomed me. And I think that was an unexpected serendipity from doing the Healy. It introduced me to more exercises, and I've been going for about 3 weeks now, and I feel so much better all the way around. So that helped me. And then also I had stimulating programs like Dr. Joe Dispenza on Rewired, which tells you how all of this works. And it's really, really eye-opening. And I've watched that twice. I'll be watching it again. Yeah.
That's cool. Along with quality of life, and that adds to it definitely.
Yeah.
To me, it's given you more of a purpose to invest in yourself, because you've done that with some of the programming that you've actually decided to pay for, which normally in the past you might not have done, and then investing in yourself in physical exercise. which is amazing.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. How about anybody else? Anything to add to the quality of life and that kind of stuff?
I
Well,
think,
let me just make a go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Raymond.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to comment that one of the things that you really see, or at least that I experience with the arthritis, is in the hands, in the joints of the hands. And they have, in my case, they've subsided significantly. Now, all the stiffness is not necessarily gone that you experience overnight. I think that's just from laying sedentary for several hours. But it used to be that my hands were so stiff and so tight, you couldn't, close them up well. Well, I'm at the point where they're pretty much in a normal open closing range, and the joints have improved considerably in the hands. So I
Wow.
just wanted to pass that along too. So any other people, if they ever have an opportunity and they're experiencing all the things that you experience with rheumatoid arthritis in the range of pains. I mean, I've had it from the jaw to the neck to the shoulders to the back. You name it, you experience it. But since I'm going to just honestly say, since I've been using the Healy, most of that has really subsided. So I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like going forward, what kind of improvements I'm going to make, and maybe at some other point in time I'll join in with you all and let you know what the progress has been.
Yes, sounds good. We'll definitely do this again to get your updates. Thank you.
Okay, all righty.
Amber, did you have something to add?
Just that I think with the pain thing, it does just make such a difference when they are dealing with pain on a daily basis, and then when anything that will help diminish that or to help the pain take it away, it makes each and every day they're able to do so much more and go out and do what they wanted to do, or be able to sleep better because they don't have the pain.
Yeah.
Or so each day it seems to really improve that daily life, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's what it's about. Cool. Let's see. Anything else anyone would like to add before we wrap it up? Until next time.
No, I think I pretty much covered everything. Thank you guys for being patient with me to get logged in. And like I said, I sit and listening and hearing and seeing everybody that I'm wondering why I'm not connected. And I finally worked it out.
You did great. Thank you.
Okay. All righty. I'm going to log out now, and I'll talk with you guys in the future.
Sounds good, Raymond.
Hi, Dad.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. And again, we'll do an update because I'm sure there's more to come.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
looking
thanks.
forward
I
to
think
more.
this sharing was just great. I mean, this is why we're so committed to this. This is what impacting lives, and especially the lives of the people we love like this, right? This is why we're here. This is why we do this.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go out
Definitely.
and do some more.
Yeah. And then just for anyone who's watching, if you are interested in giving this a try for yourself or for your parents, reach out to the person who invited you to watch this video. We currently have a global promotion going on, so take advantage of that. You can save anywhere between $500 and $1,000 through September 6th. So make sure you're reaching out to the person that invited you. to get all the details on that and ask any questions that you have. So thank you, Trace and Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly, and
This
Amber, and
was so
Alicia.
good. Yes. And
This is
Marie.
awesome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks. Until next time.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.